Thank you very much. Good afternoon. It's lovely to see everybody. Some people that I've known for a long time, some people I've not seen for ages, and some new acquaintances. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Claire Johnson. I'm the Professional Development Manager for the Career Development Institute. And what I'd like to do this afternoon is just to let you know about some exciting developments that we've either achieved or have planned at the CDI for the coming months. And I know that Tony in his lecture will look back on what has happened in the sector, but we'll also look forward. And one of the roles of the CDI is to help the sector to move forward and take those next important steps. So I'm sure you all know who the CDI is or what it is, but just in case you don't, we're just over 18 months old. We were launched in April 2013. And we're the UK-wide professional body for the career development sector. And currently we've got about 4,316 members, something like that at the latest count. And they cover the entire career development sector. So we're not just a body that looks simply to the career guidance part of the sector, but we cover careers teachers, advisors, coaches, talent managers, career managers, and in all aspects of where those services are delivered, be those public, private or voluntary. So a big role. And one of the things that we found over the last sort of 9 months since we gained custody of the National Occupational Standards in Career Development is that across the sector we have an awful lot of skills, knowledge and understanding in common, as well as certain things that are specialist dependent upon the branch of the sector that we work in. And what I'm delighted to tell you is that following consultations left, right and centre across the 4 nations with expert reference groups, working groups, online consultations, that the National Occupational Standards were finally approved on Monday of this week. So you're some of the first people to hear that good news. And we're determined that they're not going to sit on a shelf and gather dust. They've been published, they're published on the National Occupational Standards database, and it's now key that we as a sector and we as the CDI use those National Occupational Standards to inform things like CPD, to inform resources, to inform job specifications, benchmarking for provision, etc. So we've got 2 big symposia at the National Conference in Glasgow the week after next, and we'll be looking a lot at the future uses of the National Occupational Standard. Not least amongst those uses is the career progression pathway. It's always struck me as a little bit ironic that for a sector that spends much of its daily life advising people as to their particular career pathways, be it in the construction industry, zoology or anything else, that we ourselves have never had a properly formed career progression pathway. Yet we do have an awful lot of qualifications and we have an awful lot of service points as well, different levels of provision. And it's important for the sector that people who work in it know how they can progress through it. But equally it's important for employers to know what types of qualifications are needed at what particular level for different roles that are performed. So we've got a very strong draft version of the career development sector progression pathway, which we'll be again consulting upon at the National Conference and then beyond over the coming months. And that will inform people about the different qualification routes, different salary levels, different locations, etc. So it'll become hopefully a very useful tool for the sector. One of the things with the progression pathway is it shows how people can achieve the qualification requirement to join the UK Register for Career Development Professionals. This register's been up and running for a couple of years now, and it's a means of showing to the public, to employers, to clients, that people who are on the UK Register are qualified to a certain level. And that level is QCF level 6 or above, or if you're Scottish, the SCQF level 11. And it also means, if you're signed up to the register, that you abide by the CDI's Code of Ethics. The update of the Code of Ethics was just launched on the 1st of October. And importantly, that you reflect on a minimum of 25 hours continuous professional development a year. Because none of us would expect to go to the doctors and not think that they'd updated their CPD since they qualified. So why would we expect people seeking career guidance, career development activities to see somebody that hasn't maintained their CPD over the last years as well? So the register is becoming increasingly important. We've got 1,000 people just over on the register to date. We've got career services who have signed up their staff to the register, and it's becoming something that employers are beginning to ask for when they advertise with us. So again, it's something to develop and celebrate for the future. In January, we'll be producing a directory of career development providers. This will be a digital online directory, and it will list the providers of career development services across the UK. And it will list also those career development services who have practitioners who are on the register, and also sole providers who are on the register. So again, it will be somewhere that employers can go to, schools, colleges, etc., to find who is offering quality provision. So we'll be asking people to sign up, join the register. If you want to be mentioned in the directory, you need to be signed up to the register by the 21st of November. And the first edition will be January next year, and that will be continuously updated thereafter. Speaking of advertising, many of you in this room will have found your first job, second job, third job, etc. via Portico. Back in my day, it was paper-based and it used to be pinned up in the notice board in the kitchen in the office. Since then, it's evolved. It's now emailed to people every fortnight. From November, it will be a full-blown, all-singing, all-dancing job board, and it will contain all career development sector jobs. So it will be the place to go to look for a job, rather than thinking that you might have to look in Portico or Times Z or The Guardian or anywhere else. It'll all be in one place. So that's been launched at annual conference in November. Speaking of which, and very nearly finally, annual conference is in Glasgow this year. Themes are international perspectives on career development, labour market information, and training skills in the future of work. We've got some great keynote speakers, the members' symposia, as I mentioned earlier, and 24 workshops that cover the full range of career development topics, and also a membership meeting to decide some changes to our rules and regulations. And conference dinner and the UK Career Development Awards are part of all of that as well. So I hope to see some of you in Glasgow. If you'd like to sign up, there's still just about enough time if you still want to come. So if you do, let me know. And just remains for me to pass on the CDI's best wishes to Tony for a long, fruitful, happy and cricketing retirement. And thank you very much. And if anybody has any questions, then I'll be around for the rest of the afternoon and very happy to answer them. Thank you.